Kagurabachi chapter 125 today. On top of that, though, I would like to make a little announcement that because Hunter x Hunter is coming back next week, I guess I can say that for the next 10 weeks, not counting any breaks Shonen Jump goes on to, I'll be doing Hunter x Hunter live reactions for the next, for as long as it's running, probably 10 weeks, which I am very happy for. It is quite a warm day. I probably should take my coat off for once, considering it is quite warm in here. I've been outside most of the day, so didn't quite realize. But yeah, so Hunter x Hunter reactions starting next week, along with, I assume, One Piece will be back. I have heard Kagurabachi's going on break. I don't know if that's starting this week. I guess if this ends on a big cliffhanger, I'll know. But yeah, I have heard we're going on break until August. So it's a good thing Hunter x Hunter's coming back to fill that void, actually. And then when Kagurabachi comes back, it's going to be free series, and that's going to be very exciting. Going to have One Piece and Kagurabachi and Hunter x Hunter all going on at the same time. So yeah. Anyway, so does Shonen Jump tell me how long until the next chapter? I guess I'll tell me. No, it doesn't. So maybe the breaks. I guess a break starting this week then. But yeah, that's enough rambling. I guess one more thing. So I am going to be reading all onto the topic of Hunter x Hunter, keeping it spoiler free for anyone who's not reading. I will be rereading all of the current ongoing arc in Hunter x Hunter over the next week. Not going to be doing it online because I can't schedule it. It's going to be reading it when I can read it, as opposed to reading it at a certain time every day, because that's what it would have to be. But yeah. So I'm going to reread it, and I'm going to be all ready and refreshed to discuss one of my all-time favorite manga starting next Sunday. Very excited. Obviously, I haven't had many opportunities to say how much I love Hunter x Hunter on this channel, but it is up there. One of my favorite anime of all time, one of my favorite manga from what I've read, which is everything from where the anime left off. Yeah, anyway, that's enough of... I accidentally just closed... How did I do that? Alt-tab. There we go. All right, Kagurabachi, and we don't get the chapter title just yet. We see that's the head of one of the guards, right? I'll be honest, I can't quite remember who cut that off, but yeah, we'll see. And Mikaboshi have tremendous life force. However, I don't see how that alone could let them adapt to the immense power of a Datenseki. Our ancestors prayed fervently. When the Mikaboshi speak of prayer, we see this little image of them, of some kind of priestess or something before the Datenseki stone, and 5 people who've had a hole blown in them, apparently engaging in some kind of prayer ritual, I suppose. Oh, what's this notification for? Yeah, I know how to read manga. In all of these texts, okay, now we see some words here: of greatest, human sacrifice, devouring the flesh, clan. Obviously, we don't really know the order, what sentences these are making. In all of these texts, from what I glean, in order to possess the power of a Datenseki, the Mikaboshi paid an immense human toll. Anything we have that's written could be misinformation relayed by the Soga clan. The truth is unclear, but you've seen it for yourself. But you've seen it yourselves. The fate that awaits those who channel spirit energy into the Datenseki. It is our god. It's undeniable. Originally, the Datenseki was something humans were never meant to touch, a forbidden fruit. Again, I haven't seen the Japanese text for this manga. But I think I remember looking it up on the wiki, and I don't know if Datenseki is written with kanji. Datenshi is like fallen angel, very biblical. So referring to it as a forbidden fruit here is very interesting. I guess, yeah. For a while I thought Daten just meant fallen angel, because that's the name of an opening for Call of the Night. But yeah, Datenshi is fallen angel. But yeah, I'm not like well versed in Japanese enough to know that if saying Daten is enough to evoke Datenshi, or if there's some other meaning to it. But that's like where my mind went first when I was first reading it. Chapter 125, Smelting. Yeah, I kind of forgot where we left off last time. Tatara smelting. Oh, well, can't see it on screen, but we are watching Kunishige in the forge, aflame with Subaru on the side there. Tatara smelting is the technique that produces tamahagane, an extremely high-quality steel with very few impurities. It's the raw material used to make Japanese katana. The supple strength, why did I say it like that? The supple strength of the tamahagane derives from its semi-fusion state, in which the carbon isn't evenly melted throughout the material. The delicate irregularity is impossible to reproduce even with the most cutting-edge smelting technology. For 3 days and nights, the artisans manually feed iron, sand, and charcoal into a clay furnace while aerating it with bellows. Aerating? To be honest, I don't really see the word aerating enough to know where I don't hear it enough to know where the stress goes. Aerating or aerating? Anyway. It with bellows. Only this ancient method can produce tamahagane. March 27th, noon, 7 hours after the beginning of the bellowing process. So not that far into it then, if it's 3 days and nights. But someone's arriving at the forge to say hi, and I don't recognize him. Subaru notices him open the door. Mr. Joji. Have we seen this guy? I don't remember. Stop at once. Even if Mr. Hasumi is willing to overlook this, I won't stand for it. You're that guy from the other day. How did you find this place? Oh, okay, he's a guy from the other day. I'll forgive myself for not remembering him. Urita-sensei. Urita. I suspected you were involved. I asked around, and the trail of information led me here. I'm in a leadership role at the lab, so I had a bit of a head start, but you'll have more visitors from HQ any minute now. They won't be as patient as me. Stop while you still can. Where's the Datenseki? We pulverized it. Huh? Tatara is the first step in forging. Traditionally, we use coal and iron sand. However, to use iron ore, you have to start by crushing it into fine particles. Explaining this very matter-of-factly, I do like Urita. Like sand. just teleporting around this man, explaining the forging process. I do like Urita. I do need to try and start remembering his name. I guess Subaru is his first name, unless I've totally invented that. Yeah, he was staying in... Subaru Sushi is a place where he's staying in the modern day. So I can't remember if his name is Urita Subaru. But, yeah, Urita. You try and remember that. And we see like 8 of him standing around. Why are there so many of you, Urita-sensei? Okay, is that... I didn't know how how literally to take this. I guess he's literally duplicating, at the very least, enough for this guy to see. At Sushi Subaru, there's a legend that the master chef makes sushi, takes orders, washes dishes, and does delivery all at the same time. The answer is simple. My sorcery is multiplication. Okay, it's literal. I just assumed it was a gag. I'm going to be honest. My sorcery is multiplication. It makes sense. He's not... Yeah, I guess it's something to think about. A good bunch of these sword bearers might be sorcerers right now. They only stop being a sorcerer when they get the sword. My Tatara process requires many hands. I'm uniquely suited to the job. Okay. I mean, that's good. I like that. Mr. Joji. Yes, I get it. This is a crazy stunt to save Princess Chiaki. But you know very well that Princess Chiaki's prophecy also touched on the Enchanted Blade plan. She warned that smelting Datensuki was dangerous. She saw a colossal accident. It appears to be the whole forge exploding and taking a city with it. What if the explosion reaches a city? At this rate, you're heading down the path the prophecy warned against. This is exactly what Princess Chiaki didn't want. I know how you feel, Mr. Hasumi too, but you won't reach the city. The point of the prophecies is that the people involved can make choices to preempt them, right? That's why you need to stop. We'll just adapt our approach. We aren't smelting the Datensuki by itself. We're mixing it with approximately 10 times as much pebbled magnetite in the furnace. Pebbled what? Like steel clumps. Okay, my mind went to the Pokemon. I didn't realize magnetite is a... Oh, that's magnemite. Yeah, okay. Didn't realize magnetite was a real thing regardless. Pebbled magnetite is an iron ore that has a good yield, and it's way easier to smelt than iron sand. We're infusing the Datensuki into a large quantity of pebbled magnetite. With Datensuki reduced to fine grains that aren't densely clustered together, the effect of each individual particle is weakened. Okay, I'm just reading through everything to make sure it's all going in. Okay. If there is an explosion, the force will dissipate. The shockwaves won't exceed a radius of 200 to 300 meters. Only we would die. Very reassuring, Kunishige. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Well, not sure if you're still here, but nice to see Oni in chat there. Someone equally hyped for Kagurabachi today. Mr. Joji is taken aback. What do we leave on? Only we would die. Mr. Joji is taken aback. Urita says, apparently his eyes are covered by a special membrane. Because swordsmiths are constantly staring into hot flames with their naked eyes, many lose their eyesight. His eyes regenerate. They get burned by the heat and then they heal. As the process repeats, his eyesight gets stronger. Much like how muscles grow stronger through the process of damaging and healing their muscle fibers. So his eyes get better the more he looks at fire? Yeah. I like that. I like super niche superpowers. I don't even know if this is sorcery or if it's like he's just a freak of nature. But I like it's a very niche power that most people wouldn't even notice if they had it in life. But in the skull of a blacksmith, it's an immense talent. He was born to forge katana. Yeah, but still, that doesn't change the fact that this is dangerous. When you heat the Datensuki, its particles get more and more active as the temperature rises. At around 1,000 degrees, it reaches its limit and explodes. Oh, I'm going to be honest. I was still reading it feverishly as if Joji was talking, but it's Kunishige, so we're chill. When you heat the Datensuki, its particles get more and more active as the temperature rises. At around 1,000 degrees, it reaches its limit and explodes. But if we vary the rate by which we raise the temperature, we can throw off the particles' rhythm. By raising the temperature slowly while suppressing the activity of the particles, it should be possible to reach the iron ore's fusion temperature without triggering an explosion. With Tatara smelting, it's possible. Are you seriously convinced by all this half-baked reasoning? Not really. I'm convinced by his talent. It's not merely his God-given gifts. He can actually see the particles themselves. It's the fruit of many long hours sitting in front of those flames. Let's see what you can do. And we see the fire, we see the flames, and they're working it. The practice of Tatara predates thermometers. As they work with the materials, the artisans are attuned to the fluctuations in the color and shape of the flames, and the sound of the fire, the smells, the heat. They adapt the force of the bellows and the quantity and timing of the coal and iron sand supply through precise observation. The temperature in the furnace is already over 1,200. The flames are rising. It's over 1,000 and hasn't exploded? It could explode at any moment. Everything's riding on Rokuhira's talent. If you're concerned for your life, you should go. It looks like Joji can't take his eyes off him. We're not working with fancy smelting theory and formulas. We're going on experience, feel, and our 5 senses. Man versus materials. Oh, that's cool. And we see some molten metal pouring out of the forge. And a really cool page. It looks almost like a volcano, or maybe a passageway. Okay, you know what? Where my mind's gone to. I mean, I played Elder Scrolls Oblivion recently when it came onto. It was like a remaster, and this feels like a dungeon, something in the Oblivion gates. Just go in, walk past the sea of magma, go into the crypt under the castle that's aflame. That's where my mind's gone. It's very evocative, gives me that sort of feeling of cursed energy that shouldn't be used, which, I mean, that's what the Dartenseki is. There's the first Noro. Noro? Noro is the slag of impurities expelled from the steel during smelting. It's evidence that the steel is purifying. This is just the beginning. Now we tame the gods. And that, I love that we get this cool panel of Kunishige, which I just want to say is giving Chihiro vibes. And then we get this thin panel of Joji, and then just 5 panels of Urita. Oh, that's funny. Oh, I love Urita. It's a shame he won't be using his. I guess maybe we could see him use his sorcery in modern day. If something were to happen to his sword. Oh, actually, wait, no. Destroying the sword destroys a wielder, right? I'm still trying to internalize all these rules, but I mean, I'd love to be able to see Subaru cloning himself, Urita cloning himself in the modern day. Yeah, well, this was a great chapter. I really do wonder, like I feel like smithing must be a fascination that Hokuzono has. Like it's such a specific thing, and he seems to know a lot about it. And the kind of like research, like he doesn't need to spend this amount of time talking about it. I feel like it has to be something he's actually passionate about personally. And wow, that passion bleeds through. I do really like this. Yeah. It was nice to have Joji here to just sort of ask questions, because otherwise I feel like Kunishige and Urita would just be totally locked in and not explaining why all of this is so badass. But yeah, I need to be told why it's so badass. I don't know anything about smithing. That's for sure. I was seeing the Noro come out and thinking, oh my god, they've done it. Well, they have done it, but the Noro is just the slag impurities. So, you know, not the final product. It's the banana peel before you enjoy the delicious yellow flesh of the fruit. Yeah, that is. I guess I don't have much else to say. I mean, if anyone has anything to discuss in chat, I'd be happy to go into that. But yeah, no One Piece this week. So this is going to be the end of the stream once I'm finished just sort of flicking through this chapter one more time. Yeah, I guess I haven't gone back to the beginning. This prayer to draw out the power. Yeah, I do wonder if, is there a scientific explanation for this? Is it just the power of the soul? Which, I mean, it's scientific if a power system decides it is. Or is this rock actually divine? You know, is it functioning on its own will, deciding that it'll only grant power if you make enough sacrifices to it? Or is it just spirit energy pooling up? That's probably the most likely bit. Like, somehow doing this prayer ritual takes the spirit energy of those sacrificed and puts it into the wielder. Yeah, there are other ways to do it. You can just refine it and then use your own spirit energy, which, I mean, can't be a good notion to people who have it as their religion, right? Like, oh yeah, we sacrificed all these people because our God demands that we do that in exchange for power. What do you mean you just streamlined our God? What do you mean you cut off the useless parts of our God and turned it into an almighty weapon? You can't do that. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there for today. Very much looking forward to coming back next week. I guess it'll be without Kagurabachi, but One Piece, yeah, getting more of that flashback that I won't explain because not everyone who watches this reads One Piece, and Hunter Hunter for the arc that I'm not going to explain because not everyone here reads Hunter Hunter. Very much looking forward to both of those things next week. So yeah. Have a good rest of the day, whatever the rest of the day is for you. And yeah, I will see you all next week. Goodbye.